Hello, my beautiful baddies. Welcome back to yet another episode of Your Inner Baddie Speaking. We are back with the love letter collection, and I am so excited for this one because I feel like a lot of the times when you're going through a healing journey, it's because you haven't spent a lot of time looking inward or focusing on yourself, right? And a lot of that is the focus goes elsewhere. The focus is on whether it's your achievements, whether it's, things that you're supposed to do in life, whether it's focusing on others. I definitely know that I focused a lot on others before I finally spent the time to focus on myself. And that's not to say that I didn't focus on myself at all throughout the years. Obviously, there was focus on me in certain points, like I am myself, like there has to be some focus there. But if you resonate with this, you'll understand that like sometimes even though you have to have some focus on yourself, a lot of your time and energy goes towards others. And I was very much always focused on how others felt, making other people feel good, showing up for them, congratulating them, making sure that they felt special, making sure that I showed up for them, right? And so a lot of the time, because I was so focused on others and I wasn't as focused on myself, I felt that was very selfish of me to do. And obviously through this journey and through loving myself more and all of that, I have understood that loving yourself is not selfish. But I did not have that grasp on it back in the day. I definitely was so focused on, I need to pour love into others, and therefore that love will pour back into me via other people, which is not really the right logic to go by. And I'm not saying it's wrong to pour into others, but like when you are focusing so much on others and then expecting things to come back, this is where it gets really tricky. And it tripped me up for a long time because I'm like, well, if I'm making sure that, my friends or my partners understand that I'm there when they get big news, or I'm there when hard times hit, or I'm there to congratulate them on something that they've accomplished, or I'm there to celebrate them. Maybe it's their birthday, maybe it's something special, or I am there to show up, right? And then you kind of expect, okay, well, they see me doing it, so they obviously understand that that's something, if I'm doing it for them, that like I would like too, right? And a big trap of this that I have found throughout my journey is that is such a trap when it comes to relationships as well, specifically, because a lot of what I'm going to say that pertains to this love letter has a lot more to do with relationships than it does friendships. So I'll dive into the relationship portion first. A big thing with relationships, especially in a dynamic where it's a man and a woman dating, there is this preconceived notion that like the woman will receive flowers at some point, right? And that's kind of the basis of this overarching love letter, is giving yourself flowers. But we'll talk about it in a relationship aspect first, of you're kind of in that dynamic of, well, of course, like I'm in a relationship, they care about me, and one of the things that shows that people care is flowers. That's like either a big marketing scheme, but it's become a thing, right? And it's just something that you think will happen, right? And so you wait for flowers, whether it's a special occasion, an anniversary, a birthday, a date, or just flowers that say, I thought of you, I was thinking of you, or, you're at the farmer's market and you see their favorite flowers. Okay, I might buy them for them, right? That's like typically the logic around how you receive flowers. But you don't always, right? Like I have literally, like, this is such a hilarious story. I love telling my friends this, and by I love telling them, it's like I have to get a laugh out of it because it's so absurd. My first long-term relationship, I never actually received physical flowers. And I know that's a weird way to phrase it, but on our 1-year anniversary, and I should have like broken up with him right then. I can't believe I didn't, but hey, young, dumb, stupid. I got a photo on our 1-year anniversary of flowers that were in his parents' house. So not even flowers that like he had purchased, or flowers that he was like, these are about to be delivered to you, or hey, like thinking of you, saw your favorite flower. No, on our anniversary, I received a photo of flowers that weren't his and they were not mine. That is so wild to me. Something to laugh about in hindsight so I don't lose my mind. But it's things like that where you start to convince yourself, if you don't get those things, that like someone isn't showing up for you in a certain way. Maybe, you know, the flowers mean more than just a physical item. They mean a congratulations. They mean, you know, I see you. They mean, I know what your favorite flower is. I was thinking of you. Or, you know, I just wanted to celebrate you in a moment in time, right? They mean more than just the physical item. So when you don't receive them, you start to kind of convince yourself, like, okay, maybe I'm not a flower girl. Maybe it is just this grand marketing scheme and it's not something that I want. Well, I'll tell you what, everyone wants fucking flowers. And even if that's not their favorite item to receive, then you could say like, oh, like I prefer edible arrangements. Those are your flowers. But it's not, again, the physical item. It's the thought of thinking about somebody, thinking about what they like, and then doing that for them to celebrate them, to give them their flowers. So I definitely got hung up in a lot of relationship dynamics of waiting around for those accolades, waiting around for someone to celebrate me, waiting around to receive flowers, waiting and waiting and waiting to be shown love, right? Because at the end of the day, it's really just something that shows I care about you, I love you, I'm thinking of you. And everybody loves that, no matter what type of relationship it is. And so that's more of the relationship dynamic, right? You sort of wait around, you're sort of looking for those things because you care about them and you do that. And as I said, how I poured into people, I thought, especially in a relationship dynamic, that if I poured into them and I remembered their favorite food, or I did something to help celebrate them, or they got news and I made sure that like I did something to let them know that I cared about that, to let them know that that was a fantastic thing that was happening for them, to let them know that I cared about them. And so I would definitely pour so much in because I'm a lover girl at heart. Like, sometimes I hate it, sometimes I love it, mostly I love it, but sometimes it trips you up because you're like, oh my God, I'm doing all of this stuff for somebody. I am showing them all the time that I care. And then I'm waiting around for those same actions to happen. I'm waiting around for those flowers. I'm waiting around for that congratulations. I'm waiting around for you to celebrate me getting a new job. Like, I was in a relationship at one point and I had, it was like between when I had put in my 2 weeks and when I had started the job, and I had like, I think 2 days or whatever. I like gave myself 2 days in between of like, you know, fun employment, right? And I took myself out to a nice dinner to kind of celebrate this next chapter. I was happy to be moving into the job that I was moving into. I was very proud of myself and I wanted to celebrate me, right? And I'm in a relationship at this point. That man, I mean, yeah, I guess he congratulated me via text, but he didn't take me out. He didn't do anything special on the first day of the job, when I celebrated myself, when I found out I got the job, nothing. So this is what I mean by just because you pour into other people does not mean the same treatment comes back. However, outside of relationships, friendships can definitely show you that as well. They can definitely show up for you, and they are like, I am so lucky to have the friends that I do in my life now, because it wasn't always the case that I've had friends who showed up for me. Because again, I made sure to pour into others, and maybe I didn't always do the best job of communicating that I like those things too, but there were definitely instances where things fell short from a friendship standpoint. I mean, as an example, there was one year that I didn't really plan anything for my birthday, and on the day of my birthday, I found out that my closest friends all went and did something together without even inviting me, talking to me about it, anything. And the most I got was like a call a few days later to like say, hey, happy birthday, all that shit. And then they told me how much fun they had. And I kid you not, like, it wasn't even like, oh, it's around my birthday time, so like it's just me being like, oh, you know, I should have been invited because I like take the week or the month to celebrate my birthday. That's not me. That's never been me. It was on the day of my actual birthday that they all just hung out without me. And I was like, wow, okay. So I show up for you, don't always get the same in return. And so I'm saying all of this to say that just because you pour into people and show people the type of love that you like to receive does not mean that you're going to get the same treatment. Oftentimes, you have to really be so careful, and that's why we talk about your inner circle. That's why we talk about, you know, editing the people in your life, because those people really do make or break how you are seen, how you are taken care of, how you are loved. Same thing as what you do. I mean, you choose the people that you pour love into, and you can't blame them if they don't pour back into you and you stick around. I mean, I have been guilty of that in many relationships. I've been guilty of that in friendships. And luckily, one day you wake up and you say, actually, that's not for me. I need a little bit more reciprocation in all of my relationships, no matter what form they are. But I've also had amazing friends. Like, I've had on the first day of a job, my friends send me flowers to congratulate me. I've had people show up for me and decorate my door for my birthday. Like, I've had so many people show up in so many ways, which doesn't make me feel like I've lost out when people didn't show me that, because I've had people come in and show me, and now I'm very almost like proud. Like, I'm happy, but I'm also proud to say that now the company that I keep are the people that do that. Like, I never feel like there's an imbalance. There is such a balanced love for one another that I could give and give and give, and they give and give and give. And there is at no point do I ever question, like, oh, I don't feel like I'm seen. I don't feel like I'm heard. I don't feel like I'm valued. I don't feel like I'm loved from the people that are in my life. And I'm so proud to say that, because it takes such discipline, such boundary setting, such intentions when you meet people of the energy that you're feeling. And when people step out and show you that they're not going to be good to you, it is so hard to walk away from that. It is so hard to do that. So that's why, like, if you are in that place where you don't feel like you're receiving your flowers, your congratulations, your celebrations with people, that's okay. Sometimes you got to let go to let people in who are going to do that. And you're going to get to a place where you feel proud of the people that you are around. But all of this is to say, when you pour into others and you know what you like and you see it come back in one way, shape, or form or another, maybe you see it happen for other people, like you see other relationship dynamics where this is happening and you're not necessarily feeling it yourself in your life, that's okay. Because the things that you do for others that you know that you like and you want in return, I'm here to tell you, give it to yourself. Do not wait for flowers to come to you. Do not wait for someone to congratulate you. Do not wait for someone to celebrate you. Do not wait. Give yourself the flowers. Show up for yourself. Every time you show up, you are also showing the others in your life what you do for yourself, and that sets the standard. That sets the bar. We are not here. We are not down low. We are not waiting for others to show up for us. We are showing up for ourselves, and therefore the people in your life see that shit and they go, oh, well, she already shows up for herself, so now we got to do it too. I mean, she does it for herself. They do it from themselves. Well, shit. I should do that for them. That's what they like. That's their bar. That is your standard. And I wish it didn't take me so long to understand that I don't have to wait for someone to decide that I am worth the flowers, that I am worth the time, that I am worth the congratulations, that I am worth showing up for to celebrate. I wish I didn't wait for others to dictate how I should be in this world. I should be celebrated. I should be loved. I should give myself the things that are meaningful to me when I need them, when I want them. If I start a new job, taking myself out to dinner, for example, I'm not waiting for anybody to celebrate me. I'm doing that for myself. And you'll see if you're watching the YouTube video, like I've got a giant vase of flowers, which technically I didn't buy myself, but I just went to a friend's baby shower and they had a whole bloom bar and it was so cute. And I took home this beautiful bouquet, and it just, for me, I am not of the mindset that, oh, they're going to die. I don't really want them around. I love flowers. I love looking at them. They make me happy. When I pass them in my house, I just like stop and take a moment. It makes me feel more present. It makes me feel gratitude. It makes me feel loved. It makes me feel happy. And why the fuck wouldn't I want that? There's so many ways that these small little things really do matter. They add up. They make you feel good. And even though I didn't buy these, I have bought myself flowers, because at a certain point, I'm not waiting for a man to say, what's your favorite flower? I'm not waiting for a man to say, oh, let me find a reason to get you flowers. I don't need a fucking reason to get myself flowers. If I want to get flowers, I see something pretty catch my eye, I'm getting it. I'm buying it, I'm bringing it home because it makes me feel good, and I do not need a reason to feel good. So instead of waiting for others to buy you flowers, to congratulate you, to show up for you, show up for yourself. And that is why I wrote this love letter, because I was so sick of waiting for others to tell me that I was worth showing up for. And instead, I decided to take steps, even though at first it feels weird. And I'm not saying like buying yourself flowers feels weird, or like treating yourself to something to congratulate yourself feels weird, or feeling proud about accomplishing something feels weird. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying like when you expect others to do it for you, it can feel weird at first, like, oh, like I wish somebody else was doing this for me, like buying flowers. At first I was like, well, I wish like I had, you know, a boyfriend or someone to want to give me flowers. I would love for somebody to surprise me with flowers, but instead I'm surprising myself. I didn't expect to get flowers, and now I'm at the store, I see them, they look beautiful, they make me happy, I want to take them home. So yes, it kind of feels weird. It feels like somebody else maybe should be doing it for you, or you wish that you had someone in your life that would want to do these things. I get that. It does feel a little strange at first. So I'm not saying that when you start doing it, you're going to be like, fuck yeah, I'm giving myself my flowers. And yes, there is a moment of empowerment to it, absolutely. But you might feel a slight twinge of sadness, of feeling like you wish you had somebody who was doing this for you, or, setting up a celebratory dinner, or calling to congratulate you. I'm not saying that that feeling won't still be a thing. You're gonna hope and wish and want that others will show up for you. However, the more that you do it for yourself, the more it just becomes normal. Like, I don't see flowers as I had to achieve something. I had to, get a new job, or move to a new apartment, or buy a house, or it's my birthday. I don't need a reason anymore, because it's become so normal to shower myself with the love that I am looking for. So to me, it's just another day. I don't need a reason. I always want to celebrate me. I always want to feel good. And therefore, I do things to make myself feel good. It just takes time, though, for it to become normal. And once it becomes normal, I'm telling you, you will no longer tolerate friendships, relationships, any of that, where they do not show up for you in the way that you're showing up for yourself. Because again, you have now set that standard. You have raised the bar on what your expectations are and what you are willing to have or not have in your life. And if I can buy myself flowers on a random basis, if I can take myself to dinner when I've achieved something to go and congratulate myself, when I, want to step up and show myself love, if I can do all of that, why can't someone else? And that will start going through your head. Not, oh, I wish he would get me flowers, or I wish he would remember. And I'm not talking about apology flowers right now. So I want to get that straight. We are talking about all of these things in a form of care and love. We are not talking about these things of like, oh, well, he did get me flowers, but it was to apologize for cheating. Or he did get me flowers, but because I basically begged him to go get them for me. Or, oh, we had an argument and therefore he got me flowers. No. Those are not the things that we're talking about. We are talking about pure forms of love only. We are talking about doing it because they want to, doing it because they're thinking of you, not because they feel like this is a last-ditch effort to keep you. So I just want to put that caveat in there, because as you start to shower yourself, you won't even think of waiting for an apology set of flowers. You don't get those flowers up front, you leaving. And it's not about the flowers again. It's about someone showing up for you, thinking of you, and remembering what you like, and then doing it for you at times that feel good to do it, which should honestly be all the time. But I get that it's not going to be all the time. But if you show up for yourself, you're no longer going to feel a lack. You're no longer going to be waiting on others to do it for you, because you have filled that void. You no longer feel like you need to wait for it. So when you encounter friends, relationships, etc., when you encounter those people, you're going to automatically feel that, hey, I don't need to wait for it. And if they don't do it for me, and I can do it for myself, then what are you bringing to the table? What are you bringing of value to my life that I'm not already doing for myself? So as you set the standard for your love that you give yourself, you also set the standard for the love that you are willing to let into your life. And I think that is so important of why you should give yourself flowers. And I wish I realized this earlier in life, but hey, now I get to write a love letter and share it with you guys. So I'll share the love letter that I wrote all about learning to give myself flowers. Here we go. You spent years hoping that someone would want to give you flowers, that someone would ask what your favorite flower was and remember it, that someone would surprise you on the first day of a new job, when you moved, when you achieved something, and even just because. And you waited, and you waited until you tried to convince yourself you didn't even want the flowers, that you're not even a flowers kind of girl. You're not into those superficial ways of showing people or showing that people care about you. And suddenly, you stop waiting. You stop asking. But this isn't just about flowers. It's all about the celebrations, the love, the kudos you gave to others, but waited to give to yourself. Almost like you didn't feel worthy enough to receive them unless someone else thought you were worthy enough to give them to. And now, you realize all that time you spent waiting for someone else to give you these things when you should have been giving them to yourself all along. Because you were always worthy. And just because others didn't do it for you does not mean you do not want it. You love flowers. You love to be seen. You love to be remembered by little things you like. You love to be celebrated. You love to be thought of. You love to be congratulated. You love all of it. And suddenly, you love to love yourself. You already knew all the things you loved, and now you feel that you are worthy of them. To not wait for someone else to make that decision. Now, you've made the decision to give yourself the accolades, to bring home flowers, to celebrate a new job, to treat yourself, to see yourself and love yourself. You no longer wait to be worthy to be loved, because you are worthy and you are loved. And every day that you give yourself flowers is a reminder that you are. I love that you show up for yourself so that you never let yourself be convinced that you are worth less, that you are not worthy of flowers. And so it really isn't about the flowers. It's about people showing up for you and the ways that you show up for other people or hope and desire to be showed up for. And so I hope that if you are in that situation where you are waiting, maybe take steps to stop waiting. Maybe realize what you want is something that you can give yourself. So that way, you are no longer living in that lack mentality. You are no longer living in, I need somebody to come and give this to me. The more you give to yourself, the more you set the standard of the love that you have and the love that you will receive. You are going to fill your fucking cup to the brim. You are going to overflow with love. And that's what somebody should do for you. That's what your friends, your family, your loved ones should do for you because they want to, because they see how you love yourself. It's a bit of a two-way street. Sometimes you got to love yourself to show yourself that you are worthy of it so that you do not ever let yourself take less. All right, guys, with that, say it with me. I'm a fucking baddie. All right, love y'all till next time.